Okay, so my plate with the Aquatint rosin on it is now cool at room temperature. I still don't want to touch the surface. I carried it only by the underside and maybe touching the very edge, but not the face, so leave that alone. The rosin is fairly delicate, so it is fused via heat to the copper, but it can be brushed off with pressure or abrasion, or certainly chemically. By the way, the denatured alcohol is the solvent that will remove the rosin, and we'll address that again later. So I have my jig here. That's the image that I want to draw onto it, or I want to etch onto it. And it corresponds to a rectangle that I've got on the backing paper, right? But in this case, I am not going to use the graphite transfer paper. The reason for that is that stuff the line that transfers to the copper plate will actually stop out the acid very slightly, leaving a white line in my print. So instead, I'm going to transfer with the Conti crayon on newsprint. So I'm gonna set that. This is just barely big enough. You can see that I actually might push it up a little bit since my image is a little closer to the top. If the newsprint with the Conti dust is not quite large enough, just get a bigger piece of newsprint and smear the Conti dust on it. So now I'm just going to take a pencil. It's safe to set my hand on this as long as I'm very gentle. I don't want to be transferring a ton of Conti crayon. So I'm just going to very gently apply pressure with a pencil at the periphery of the forms that I need to transfer. I don't want a ton of pressure, because if I do too much, the risk is that I'm going to disturb the rosin particles on the copper. Let's see how we're doing with that line. It's not strong, but it's visible. Okay? And again, the darkness you're seeing there is previous mezzotint on the plate, so you can kind of ignore that. That's previous mezzotint on the plate. And that's where I totally scratched it while beveling. So those lines are visible. All I need here is a guide for where to draw and stop out. So I'm just gonna slowly go around all these forms.